Who's asleep amidst the trees? Bats all the swaying in the breeze, but one soul lies anxious, wide awake.
Oh, hello there. It's 2021. Anyway, wow. I know, I've been away for a while. Stuff is going on. Work. Hope you all have like a nice holiday season and everything, like Christmas, New Year's Eve and everything. Like, even with these times, like crazy times. Considering this, I'm recording this on the week that apparently America's gone crazy, but I don't know. So yeah, I will not delve too much about what happened in personal life, because my personal life will be talked about in another segment, which will be coming up in the future. I know. So yeah, back to where it is. You've probably seen the title. It's a weird title, but WW84, or 112 as I like to call it. Yeah, wow, where to begin? I've seen the online reviews on this movie. They've not been good. They've not been horrible. They're like sort of a mixed bag. I've seen people complain so much about this single movie. What is it with against Warner Brothers movies? Like, okay, now they're trying something different. Penny Jenkins is actually trying something different, and yes, the movie is like a bit of like formulaic, a bit, but it's different. I like it. Am I the only one liking it? I don't know. Let's delve into this movie. Wonder Woman 84. Well, it starts off like, I can describe this like the old-fashioned Superman movie, you know, from the Christopher Reeve movies, the 70s, 80s movies, you know, the classical movies, which actually in that time period fits, you know. Takes place at the same time period. No, but it kind of fits. There was this, again, spoiler warning. I really am emphasizing spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it. That's why I have done this review a bit later, so people can still watch the movie. If you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to be fucking spoiled by me, by this garbage, watch the movie first. After 2.5 hours, come back and watch this video. Anyway, for the people who have watched this, it starts off classical, but like a bank heist or something, which is not a typical bank heist. Apparently, like stuff in the back. Again, good setup for something else. My ring is just literally loose. I don't know. This ring used to be very tight. And now it's loose. I don't know why. I'm gonna drop this fucking ring because I'm gonna lose it. I don't know why. Yeah, it starts off like with this bank heist, which is not a bank heist. But Wonder Woman comes in, stops it in a very Superman hero way. She uses the environment, she uses a big fluffy teddy bear to slide the kid into safety. It's just so much like classical superhero movie. Like, I think I like this a lot than other superhero movies these days. They're a bit formulaic. Like, you have an act system, this happens in Act 1, Act 2 is something like big shocking, and Act 3 is the big final space, like, ending basically. But this does it a bit differently, and I like it for it. And I know people are gonna say like, but this movie is shit, and Warner Bros. Doesn't know what to do with the movies. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like they actually nailed it down this time. Like, it has a light tone to it. I don't even know English. Hi. Light tone to it. In the beginning, at least. Ending is going a bit deeper into it, but in the beginning it feels like it's light tone. It's setting up a nice stealth. It's setting up Cheetah Girl. You know, it's setting up everything slowly. So when shit hits the fan, you kind of emphasize with the character, you kind of relate to it. You know, you kind of go like, oh my god, this is why this happens. Oh, this is why that happens. You know, you have to have that structure in your movie to explain what's going on. You know, so structure-wise, the movie is good. It has a like 3-act story structure, which is typical movie writing, but it resolves its issues in a different way than typical action movies with a big fight, and you know, it's different. Yeah, the bank heist, we found out a wishing stone, which, by the way, am I the only one liking Kristen Wiig, I hope I pronounce her name, as Cheetah Girl? I actually like her. I like the casting. I think like Kristen Wiig has range for me. I've seen him in dramatic roles, I've seen him in comedy roles, a lot of comedy roles. I don't want to talk about the Ghostbusters movie, which has people wrapped around, but she kind of nails it here. Like, she has this like subdued wallflower feeling to it until she makes the wish, you know. You get to know the connection between her and, you know, Wonder Woman. She kind of gets the whole vibe going on, and it is again well established just to have a nice like friendship in the beginning, like they develop something, you know, you feel for them between them. And then she wishes for something special and something, and then Wonder Woman apparently wishes for something, which is, I think, the controversial thing that people hate about this movie. Steve Trevor comes back, but in a form of, I don't know how to say it, hijacking somebody's body, basically. They hijack somebody's body. It's like, oh, random dude, which looks, by the way, a lot like Bruce Campbell a bit. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And he hijacks his body for a while, you know, just like occupies it. And he says so, like, I wasn't in a place with light and love and everything, so he went to the good spot, the good place, whatever. But people hate this segment of the movie, like him, like, learning stuff from the 80s. It's cute, I like it, like, oh, this is all art. And we've seen it in the trailer, by the way, like, oh, this is, oh no, that's just the garbage. Like, and no, it's funny, it's light humor, you know? And Chris Pine gets away with it. I'm sorry, he plays it very like light and very his own way. Then he can get away with it easily. So yeah, that didn't work for me, but I'm not gonna go to all spoiler territory because I'm just talking about the half of the movie. But the whole development of Barbara turning into Cheetah Girl is good. Like, the action scenes and everything is good. We see her slowly turn into Cheetah Girl. Trevor finding out why he's back, basically, because the wish that was happening and everything. The bad guy, played by Pedro Pascal, I hope I didn't pronounce his name correctly. I'm just calling him the Mandalorian, whatever. Becomes the wishing stone for some reason. It's a cool thing. It didn't happen that way in the comics, but it's a cool gimmick. I like that. And the way he does it, it's like wishing, oh, I wish I was the wishing stone somehow. He becomes it, absorbs the whole wishing stone in him. But again, here comes the classical trope. Wishing for something, always ask for something back. It doesn't go one way. You wish for something, there has to be a balance. So you wish for something, you have to give something back. And he tries to stop it by granting wish upon wish. Even going to, I think, Egypt. I think that's Egypt or somewhere in the Middle East. I hope I don't offend anybody by this, but again, he goes there, he goes to the sheikh that controls apparently the country, he makes a wish, and this whole big wall just splits halfway to the country. Like, there's a big wall. All of a sudden, there's a wall. And pineapples. So yeah, that happened, and it's just like, yo, I'm taking all the security forces with me. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? I have a really good action scene. I have to give this movie. The action scenes are done good, like the whole action scene on the highway with the car chase and everything. It's done in a good way. Is it believable? Maybe not, but it's a comic book movie, people. It's a comic book. It's a fictional character created by the Amazonians and everything. It's a fictional fucking world, so just go with it. And she finds out there, and even Trevor finds out, like, she gets shot. Which, I know, Wonder Woman getting shot. Spoiler twist, but no. Apparently for her wish, her powers have diminished a bit. So she has to, again, wishes come as a balance. Trevor notices this, Steve Trevor, sorry, I'm calling him Steve, I keep calling him Trevor, no idea. Notices this, and he's like, oh, this is because I'm here and everything. He kind of sort of sinks into this, and they have a big argument. Oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to lose you, and a big argument. And she knows she has to, like, undo her wish, but she doesn't want to. Because I really feel for her, because, like, you see the person you love and come back, you know, and it's just like, it breaks you. It literally breaks you. So you don't want to give that away, because it's valuable, you know? No, but she, again, has a fight with him and everything, and then we have this really good action scene in the presidential thing, the White House, which, again, the wishing guy goes there and everything, like, grants the president his wish. And we have this really cool fight scene. fuck hell, like the action scene in this fucking movie are incredible. So yeah, this big fight scene going on. We see Cheetah Girl going to his side because she doesn't want to go back to being a wallflower and not be noticed by anybody. And the action scene really is good, and it has like motion to it. It just flows. I don't know who's just cinematography, but it flows really fucking natural. After that we have this thing like she undoes her wish with a lot of pain in my heart. She sees the whole world crashing down around her, and it's like, oh my god, I feel for her. The scene is handled so good. I'm like, I was completely in the movie with that moment. It's like, yeah, sweetheart, I know how you feel. So yeah, we have that, and then we have the action scene in the end. We found out it's using apparently a satellite system to grant all the wishes in the world, which will go. I think the third act is going berserk with all the wishes in the world. Everybody's going their full dark side, wishing people dead or like just crazy stuff. And she goes to fighting in the golden armor we've seen in the comics. We have this whole action scene between her and Cheetah Girl with the whole golden armor. Good thing, golden armor. I like it. It's a really good reference to the comics. And she fights with Cheetah Girl. And apparently she learns in mid-flight during getting to the satellite system to sort of fly. I don't know if that's a thing, but again, go with it, people. It's a comic book movie. You see a comic book movie. You don't see Iron Man. Yeah, he has a flight suit, but this is Wonder Woman. It's more like a little bit more fantasy in there. So just go with it. We have this big fight scene, which again the CGI is not the best. It's not the fucking worst, but because it's shot at night, you can get away with it, sort of, you know, it's okay, you know. She sort of saves Cheetah Girl, and we see this like connection again, and that's why you have to establish a connection between Cheetah Girl and her, because the fight scene actually works for me so much. Because you see the connection, and she see like, I don't want to hurt you, I don't want to kill you, like please stop, please, I'm warning you, please don't. If you haven't had in the first act of the movie, the connection between those two characters and the backstory, you couldn't have the emotional connection in the end. You have to drive it all the way through the movie. It worked, sort of for me. Again, Cheetah Girl goes back to sort of something, but maybe in the sequel or some other movie. It goes inside, sees Pedro Pascal wishing Mandalorian Season 3 will be sooner. Sorry, bit of a joke. We see him wishing all the grand in the world. He goes berserk, he goes mentally fucking berserk. And we found out in some way that he goes into the satellite system, and he can hear his son, which is established in the first act of the movie. Like his son wants something, and the connection is there. And he can hear his son, and you can feel the emotional connection. You can see all the steps he took from college and high school, and all the stuff that he was there. And you kind of feel also for this bad guy, like, oh shit, he's gone to shite. I'm sorry, he has some bad luck in his life. But yeah, again, you have this emotional connection, and he hears his son calling, and he stops everything he's doing, undoes his wishes, and we have this sort of conclusion that everything goes back to normal. His wishes are like all taken back, you know? Which again, it's a cheap way to do this, but again, how the hell are you gonna do this? Kill him? You know, that's not Wonder Woman's style. Sorry, that's just my opinion. You can't blame me for saying that. He sees his son, and it gets resolved a bit, you know, about like there's always a price to pay with wishes and stuff. The ending is good for me. It's good enough. It has this nice closure epilogue about wishes. We see this guy that was like Steve for a while, or Steve Trevor for a while, come out and just like have this dialogue with her, like sort of recognizing her a bit, and sort of like, you know, there's something going on. So that's cute. I don't know where it's going, but it was a cute scene, you know. And then we have the reveal. I have to talk about this. So, the after credits scene. I knew somehow when you saw the flashback of the golden armor, the eyes, I was like, is that Linda Carter? Like, okay, if that's a cameo, please show us. And they do. In the ending, it's the classic of 70s. She saves a baby or carriage or something from a falling beam, holds it up, and it's like, thank you so much. And she turns around, and holy shit, she looks good. Like, sorry. Has she done some work, or is it like de-aging or something? Because Linda Carter, what's your secret? No, that cameo just actually made me jump up the sofa here. Like, I jumped up. It's like, yes! And I love that scene. So, yeah. How I rate the movie? It's a good movie, a bit controversial, a bit like, does it other stuff than typical superhero Batman, you know? But again, it's Wonder Woman. It fits in her fucking universe a bit for me. So I would rate this movie, this is my opinion, so please don't attack me in the comment section, 8.5 out of 10. Anyway, if you like these videos, these review videos, again, hit that like button and show me the views again, because the last one was like, what the fuck. So yeah, I will be doing some other videos too tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So anyway, be safe, my lovelies, my darklies, and stay awesome, stay cool, and for God's sakes, watch your language. No, sorry, that's Tony Stark.